task by himself, I better not hear Dak can't get it done. Everybody better just live with the 5,000 yards and shut y'all punk asses up.
But what's different though? That doesn't change anything. It still is going to be the same, and it was always on his back the whole time. Pause. Like
no, my point is though. But I'm not going to let everybody blame it on him though. I'm not going to let Jerry. Yeah, that was wild. They're going to get you in the comments. My chat be tripping. They going.
Everybody say yeah. Put your hands together.
So going back to the Schotty run thing, right? Now, I kind of found it funny because for those who didn't see, the Dallas Cowboys came out to practice today and they had some coaches dressed up in Rocky.
It was a Rocky day.
They had boxing gloves on and they were out there punching and fighting, talking about we're going to finish the fight today or whatever their theme was today is about fighting tough in practice. And then people start fighting, and then they end the practice. And make them like, bro, the whole theme of today's practice was to fight. Now, I get what Schotty is trying to do, right? He wants to establish some discipline. He kind of said, like, hey, we felt like that's been the Achilles heel when it comes to the Cowboys' is discipline. So I get that. I spoke to Gerald McCoy, who played in Dallas, and he also played in Tampa. You guys are familiar with Gerald McCoy. Me personally, I didn't know people had to run in the NFL. I've never seen it. You know what I'm saying? I never seen like get the line. Like he says, bro, it happens all the time. So what Schotty is doing, Cowboys Nation, sorry to spoil it. It's nothing new. They did it with Mike McCarthy. They did it with Brian Schottenheimer. They've done it in Tampa.
I like it.
So but here's my thing. I want the disciplinary stuff to be real issues in Dallas. We had never had to worry about no players throwing no punches. Actually, I would prefer if more would throw punches.
Nah, right? Randy Gregory used to trip.
But when did he get kicked out? Like I know Tristan Hill got kicked out.
Tackled a lineman in the playoff game. I'm still mad about that. He tackled a whole offensive lineman.
But did he get? He didn't. It wasn't throwing a punch though. I think Tristan Hill.
He didn't throw a punch. I'm just saying he got emotional.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is the discipline needs to come from disciplinary things, right?
I get it.
And it's like what Gerald McCoy was telling me, right? If you jumping off sides, right, that's when your ass needs to get on the line, right? Or you having false starts, or like what happened in Ben Johnson and Luther Burden. Luther Burden was lining up wrong. Like that's where I
heard about that too.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he messing with my dog. You know what I'm saying? They got Luther
Ben
Burden.
Apparently out there. Ben Johnson out there wilding.
Yeah, that's the discipline
right
we
there,
need, right? The penalties. You know, hell, I would have been okay with it. Make the team run for what Kevontae Turpin was doing on you know what I'm saying, the holiday weekend. So we all, you know what I'm saying, like that's what we need. Like as far as throwing a punch, bro, you don't need it. You know
I think it was like they said it was 3 fights before it happened.
That's another thing I had a problem with because I think they kicked Johnny Cornelius out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if there was multiple, if it was multiple fights, bro, why was there only one player kicked out? The one person that we could care less if he's out there at practice or not. So who else was fighting? You know? So
we gonna look. Hey, Clarence gonna drop them dimes. You know, Clarence Hill.
So you gotta set the tone, bro. So if you say no fighting, I don't care if it's CeeDee Lamb. He needs to get kicked out of practice. Like it needs to be. No, you kick the Johnny Cornelius out of practice. Oh, big whoop. You know what I'm saying? Who cares, right? So I get it. I understand he's trying to establish this culture and standard, but also, y'all, there's other disciplinary things that we really need to focus on because I want to see the team with some fight. I feel like if this team is going to win, they're going to have some fight. They're going to have some toughness, and they're going to have to be a little scrappy within reason, right? You shouldn't be punching, throwing fights. You know what I'm saying?
Because they start fighting in the game.
I do have a question, though. I do have a question because I don't know, Tuck, if you got an opportunity to really watch like the scrimmaging when they were doing the pads and stuff like that. I know that they have officials out there. We have not. I know in years past we've seen flags and stuff like that. We have not seen a lot of flags. So would you say that like maybe the discipline's working? Because I do think that we're playing a lot cleaner football right now.
Or they just haven't been talking about it.
I think this is the infancy stage of him building the buzzword, his culture. I think this is the most important thing. And like I said, is like just establishing yourself as who you are. Schotty did a whole lot of hugging and campfire singing and I'm making a shot.
He had turned it on. Yeah,
he was your best friend, but you got to wait for your moment. You can't just start yelling off. That's when your substitutes start yelling, and y'all just walked in the room. You're like, you don't even know you.
Right.
He tried to gain their trust. He waited for the first moment, and then he took advantage. Like, you got to wait for an organic moment. The other day, not today, the other day, when he said, yo, I'll kick y'all out of practice.
Right.
So today was his, I know it was just Cornelius, but today was, well, you got to uphold your end of the bargain because they're out here swinging. So today he had to reestablish himself. And whether the players think he a joke or not, what they can't do is say that he ain't say, they can't like act like, oh,
he's a man of his word. Right.
He a man of his word. And I think that's important going forward. Cause like what y'all saying is the ultimate goal. I need y'all to listen to me and have some discipline.
Right.
So the next step for him will be when someone do something in the game, how do you respond?
Right.
Because I've seen I hate him, but I've seen Sirianni chew out players.
Right.
And the Lord, they got a bouncer dude that get in between them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, but I've seen him had the emotion enough to get on a player.
Right.
And I never seen Mike y'all ain't gonna hear this, but I don't care. When Dak has a moment, I need to see Schotty be like, what was that? Because I see coaches do that.
Right.
You feel me?
I've seen the coach not do it.
Dak. It's just about you got to the so-called leader or Micah. You got to be able to get on them too.
Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about, Ron.
You gonna see though.
Right now it's cute, right? It's easy to do it at camp, but let's say George Pickens over there pouting or something like that. Now where's the fire, bro? I want to see it now. Like, don't you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's what we did.
But if you do it right though, if you gain the players' trust right,
you have to gain the trust.
It's like Luther Burden. They said Luther Burden got chewed out by Ben Johnson.
Right.
But there's another part of that story. If you read deeper, they said he received the criticism well.
Right.
Like literally they put that in the story. So yeah, George Pickens might need to get reeled in one day.
Right.
But even when George Pickens got reeled in by Mike Tomlin, he respected him enough to not disrespect him. So I do want to see Schotty when he does have those disciplinary moments with the bigger names on his team. Let's see where the respect level is, because if he like tries to pull CeeDee Lamb to the side and CeeDee Lamb just walks away from him, we in trouble.
Right. But you know what? I remember that time frame when CeeDee Lamb was like doing the pout and stuff. Like Mike McCarthy was just like we need someone to be, hey, bro. Like it was that Ravens game actually. Hey, bro, get your.
It ain't even about yelling at him. Just you got the authority to be like, yo, we ain't got time for that right now.
Right.
That part. But you know what though, guys? The thing about leadership though is knowing how your guys tick. And this is the one thing that I do like about him. He talked about this at the presser today.
Hey, you a coach, DMV? Break it down.
Yeah. So he talked about like, if they bring their families or whatever, like, why didn't you introduce me to your families, meeting the families and stuff like that, knowing how they tick. Maybe it's gonna look like he picking and choosing, but maybe he knows that it makes this guy tick if I yell at you. But this person, you know what I'm saying? I got to be able to talk to you in a different tone. Like, it's going to look different. So I think that's the one thing, him knowing these guys, everybody got a nickname, all this type of stuff. So it might look like he picking and choosing, but maybe he knows how these guys tick. Maybe he knew kicking Youngin out of practice, you know what I'm saying, was going to make him come back the next day and be locked in and all that type of stuff. So maybe he knows.
Because we going to joke on it right now. He shake everybody's hand. Like we going to joke on it right now because we need to see some results from it.
Well, I was going to say Andy Reid. Andy Reid, you could look at him and say he got the most undisciplined organization that there is. Because
that's what I'm saying, bro. The Chiefs rookie left tackle is playing phenomenal out here in camp. Josh Simmons.
Josh Simmons.
That's who we should have got. But hey,
Josh Simmons unloaded on their defensive end and threw hands.
I saw it.
Andy Reid was like, all right, you know what I'm saying, next back. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a big deal, right? Because Andy Reid, he don't care about that stuff. Like we seen Travis Kelce punch on people before. You know what I'm saying?
Travis Kelce yell at Andy Reid right in his face.
Right. But they
respect that man. They respect that man.
They respect Andy Reid, and they have the good cop and the bad cop. They have Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce. They also have Chris Jones, right? So
I bet you Andy Wild behind the scenes, though. Don't let that mustache fool you. He probably
I'm saying that he has voices that are respecting that locker room. They police it, right? They police it Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, and Pat Mahomes, they police everything.
You're right.
So they don't have to do it, right? I don't think the Cowboys really have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not yet, right? You know, not yet. Mike is growing into it. Speedy's growing to it. That's really not Dak's role.
I feel like if they just stop hating on some of the players, they could do it.
Right.
Look, it all comes full circle. If you just stop playing, your leaders will be able to lead. Instead, Micah's sitting on the side like this.
Right.
Watching drills.
Right. Then you're falling asleep.
He can't even leave.